I used to know Sherman, and an old girlfriend of mine. Yeah, some of you might know Sherman used to own. Well, he's the original owner of the New Beverly. And he's the master of ceremonies who started this theater. And an old girlfriend of mine used to work selling popcorn. When I came out here, and I was a young, starving artist, living in Hollywood and getting into trouble and trying to make ends meet and not doing a very good job of it, and being hungry a lot. I used to come here every night that she was working, and she'd give me free popcorn, and that was dinner. A lot of times that was dinner, and a couple of candy bars on the side every now and then. But that was awesome, and Sherman was really sweet to her and to me, and he used to always let me come in for free. I'd sit in the back and watch movies, and this was my film school, the New Beverly. Are there any people in film school here tonight? A couple, that's great. And when I was going to here, when I was hanging out here, the audience was, as far as I know, I mean, there were some guys that you weren't really sure where they were from, and there's some guys with the long trench coats and stuff like that, greasy hair and all that. There's probably a couple here tonight too. Express yourself. But there were a lot of students, here, and we used to sit around outside and talk about the movies and stuff. But this was my film school. I saw so many movies that I would have never gotten turned on to, for being basically a farm boy from Maryland. And I came out here pretty young, and I got turned on to Fellini, and I saw Blood Simple here, and I saw La Dolce Vita. Hundreds of. I probably saw 100 movies here at the New Beverly. I was a real regular. I was here at least 3 times a week.
Yeah.
So, for me, this is a really kind of a special, kind of a distinct moment for me to just to sit up here and talk to you guys, or have a movie that I was in, actually playing on this old movie screen. It's great. Looks a lot better, a hell of a lot better. And the marquee was not nice, bright, and shiny the way you see it there. I was shocked when I walked up. This beautiful marquee, the nice New Beverly thing, man. It was cracked, and the light bulbs were out, and some of the letters were missing. But that was the charm of the place. I absolutely loved it. Love this place. And the smell of this place is in my bones. This is a really unique theater, and what they do here is inspiring. Okay, I'm done talking.
Well, we're excited to have you, Tom. I'm glad you came. So let's start at the beginning. When did you first hear about Boogie Nights?
Yeah, so Boogie Nights was I can't remember if I had an agent yet, but I was really kind of just starting out. I know I got my SAG card doing a Coca-Cola commercial where I played a chicken. Yeah, when I took the chicken helmet off so they saw my face, so that gets me into SAG. And I had done a couple of things. I think I did a day on Buffy the Vampire Slayer, the movie.
Yeah.
Really fun. That's where I met Paul Rubens there, who's still a dear friend of mine, and David Arquette, and made some friends on that movie, and I can't remember. I hadn't done very much, and I somehow a casting director sent me the script. I think it was a casting director. I think it was Christine Sheeks who was casting the movie. And I think I had auditioned for her for something else. And she said, I've got this pretty amazing script, I want you to read it. Didn't say anything about what part to play or anything like that. I think that Mark Wahlberg had been cast as Dirk Diggler, and this script was about 180 pages. And I'd read a few scripts, not very many, but I was, it was an amazing script. I was struck, really blown away by the humor and the story and Paul's writing. It was young and vibrant and fucking full of balls and full of cum. It was a really, it was a really just powerful script. And then the part of Ty Parker came up, and that scene where we go and rob Alfred Molina. That scene plays exactly the way it's written. It's the best scene in the movie. Reading the script, I said, "This is the best scene in the movie. I have to do this. I have to do this part." So I kind of I cast myself as Todd Parker, and went in and auditioned. I said I want to audition for Todd Parker, and I think I auditioned twice. I think I auditioned. I can't remember if Paul was there or not, but they brought me back, and they brought me back to do an improv with John C. Reilly and Philip Seymour Hoffman. So, yeah, I walked in, and there's these two kind of, according to me, these seasoned fucking film actors, and me, who I literally, I was doing theater in Hollywood. I don't need to say anything else, right? I actually built my own theater down off of Melrose and Hyperion. If you go down Melrose to Hyperion, and you hang a right there in that first block, there's a little tiny theater. I think it's still there. We call it the Space Theater. I built that theater. Me and my pals, me and my buddies, we rented the space, and we went in there and we cut the lumber, and we built the stage, and we built the seats, and hung the lights, and we started doing theater there. You could probably fit 49 people in the little space, but we did play after play after play, and that was our that was how we learned how to act. It's like, well, I guess we'll just do plays. And nobody would come. You get all your friends to come on the first weekend, and then the second weekend, you're outside on the corner, talking to the taco guy, going, "Hey man, when do you get off? Dude, you want to come see some theater?" It was fun. But I did this improv with Philip Seymour Hoffman and John C. Reilly, and we read the script a little bit, and then Paul had us, just kind of like, do your thing. It's just sort of a night, you guys are snorting coke, and you're hanging out, and it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon, but you started like 48 hours ago, and then we just went into the scene. It must have gone on, I don't know, it must have gone on for like 10 or 15 minutes. And it was, we all just like jazz musicians, we just kind of picked up on the vibe and ran with it, and it was really, really, really fun.